Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed, and if you have not noticed, some of the fun things that are going around on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube and stuff have been this cool string art. So I thought I'd join along, and it really is fun. Even my daughter got into it. So I jumped into a previous art journal that I have, and I have lots of pages that are still open, but I thought I would just play before I jumped into my really nice journal that I have from Dina Wakley. And I'm going to show you really quickly some of the sketches. And at the end of the video, I'm going to do the video of how I created these and using just different paints. I've got some Decor and DIY. I've got some mists. I just kind of pulled out some Tattered Angel stuff. So here's this fun thing. So here they are. Here's another one. I mean, look at these. These are really thin pages, so that's not the perfect use for that. But like I said, this is going to be on the end of the video and just sped through so you guys can see while I was playing around with this stuff and even my daughter getting in on it. Okay, so that was just my practice and just kind of playing. So a while ago, I got a Dina Wakley journal, and I haven't really done much in it. But, I mean, I still have this stupid thing right here. Well, let's get rid of that. And all the pages that I've seen that have been doing this art journal stuff have been just on paper. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to find two sheets that are just paper on paper. So here's one right smack in the middle. And we're just going to play. I'm going to kind of put my clip binders up at the top, as you can see, just so I know where I'm at when I close my book. I'm going to off-center them so that way they don't run into each other. Make sure that they're, there we go. See how my binder clips are just a little bit separated? There's no wrong way to do this craft. That's kind of what I love about it. And like I said, my daughter was really getting into it. So what I have here, and it's just a string. This is some jute string. It was in green. You can pick whatever string you want, thick string, small string, something that's going to actually hold up as you're pulling it. You don't want it to snap midway. And I've got a paint palette with just a bunch of stuff on it. I really don't have any kind of rhyme or reason. I have a paintbrush here. I'm going to add a little bit of this thicker bodied paint. And the cool thing about if you use the same string over and over is that it's going to develop as seasoned, quote unquote. I've got some mists here. It's already picking up some of the colors. Here we go, some green. I've got some purple. Let it mix, let it match. There's no wrong way to do this. It's kind of like the jelly art prints or like when you're doing gel press stuff, the mono printing. It's all kind of like a big mess. Then you take your string and just lay it around however you want on your journal. You take your journal, you smack it shut, just like that. And then I've got, you guys really can't see this, let me push this up real fast. I've got my string down here at the bottom. Right here is where my hand is. And all you do now, I want to make sure that I did notice if I only put my hand here, the top part doesn't get it. So I'm going to put my hand kind of across the whole thing and then just pull the string out. And I can kind of pull fast. I want to pull too fast. A little slow. I can kind of pause, slowly pull it out until it's all the way out. And I just kind of lay my string back on here. And the cool thing is that before you open it, you really don't know what you're going to get. So let's see. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's just kind of neat. You get like this cool pattern where it comes in, it twists, like you can see that little hint of orange in there. Getting a little mist on here. And it's just this neat, cool look. So I'm going to heat set this just to dry it. So that's this page, and yeah, it's dry because you're not putting a whole lot of paint on here. This is a really fast art journal. Now, you could leave it just like this. You could also go through and you could add like some sentiments. You could stamp around it. I'm leaving mine. I may come back to it. This is kind of the cool thing with an art journal is you can start something like this and you can do a whole bunch of these and then you come back to it at a later date and you add to it and do something kind of fun with it, which is really kind of cool. All right, so some of the pages in here are not all paper. Like this is a canvas piece right here that's in this art journal. There's a burlap piece. I have some crafts. So I'm going to come back to the burlap and the canvas, but I want to try this on crafts. I'm going to add my colors here. I'm sticking with the same color palette. You could definitely go a whole different route. I'm going to add some more of this jade color. Big blobs, this jade. I have noticed if you do too thick of a paint, it doesn't work as well. Some people were trying it with inks. I think it would be kind of okay, but I'm definitely saturating it with some blue. So I'm really going blue route right now. And then I'm going to add a titch of some green. My daughter's standing here just mesmerized by this concept. It really, really is kind of a cool, I'm going to add a lot more green here. And I'm saturating it. I even have a paper towel below me to make sure that I don't and I have like double craft mats below me. So we're gonna just go right here in the center. I already made a little smudge on the other side. That's okay. It's kind of looping around and doing its thing. It's a very blue-green. Can I wipe this off? Oh, I didn't put my clips on. That way I know where I need to come back to. That's all I'm doing. And then close this. Clips for making it not fit right. Clips. Oh, I got them too close to each other. It could be a dud, but you know what? Sometimes when you get something that's a little bit weird, it works. All right, just pressing and then pull. She's all excited. You ready to see what it is? Well, let's see what this looks like. Okay, it got a little bit muddied, but you know what? It's kind of cool. It has its own character. It's just something a little different. It definitely pulled into its own thing. She wants to make one now. So we're going to heat set this real fast. So again, you never know what you're going to get with these. So this is one of those super abstract art. Anybody else seen a seahorse? I see a seahorse. What do you see, Catherine?
A seahorse.
Do you see a seahorse? It's like the nose of the seahorse, and here's its head. And then if we only had like a tail that wrapped around kind of thing. But you could like draw that in if you wanted. Like you could paint that in. So that's another cool thing is you can do this and then you can add and doodle to it and then morph it into something else. We're going to do a double image on this one just to see what would happen if we went in with the string again, just as is, okay, as is, come into different sections right in here, just right in here. So we're pulling from different sections and seeing what happens if you do a double. My paper doesn't want to, there we go. Just seeing. Okay, so Catherine, do you want to pull this time?
Yeah.
Will I hold? Can you pull? Pull, pull, pull. There we go. So here's the second pull. Ooh. So we got another big swirl in the middle. We added some more swirl. Our seahorse is gone. But there's
still looks like a seahorse.
You think it still looks like a seahorse? Yeah. But look, we got this cool swirl over here because we added it. I've seen it where you just do in the center and it creates a center, but I was, you know, why not play around with changing it up and doing something different? And what if you did different colors? We did blue on blue, but what if you changed it up and you did a blue and then like a red?
Or a blue and a green.
Blue and a green, yeah. That'd be cool. All right, so that's dry. I mean, these do not take long to dry. I love that. Okay, so you wanted to do what colors now, Catherine?
Pink, yellow, blue, red.
Pink, yellow, blue, red. So we're going to do the last one on a white. So I've pulled out some more mists. We're just going to do mists on this one. I'm doing a big pool of the crimson because I really want to see what happens. And then kind of using my finger to like really super saturate that. This is not a clean craft. And then what was the last color? Blue? Oops. So the couple areas, I got a little blue right there and a little blue right there. So we're going to get some coloration funness happening with the blue. Yeah, we might get some green. We might get some purple happening. Okay. This time we're going to keep it right straight in the middle. All right.
Oh,
so, yeah. Pick it up. Just going in the middle. There we go. Okay, close it up. Hang on. Let me get it closed. Okay, now pull straight out. It's time to straighten this up. All right, big reveal time. What do we got? Ooh.
That's
so because we had the yellow up at the top and then everything kind of pulled through. That's kind of fun, right? Now, if you were even more careful and did your string super straight instead of wobbling it, so she kind of wobbled the strings that pulled out, you wouldn't get the wide path, you'd get a straight path. But you know what? It looks kind of cool. I love the way that looks. Don't you think? It's pretty fun. You can definitely see where your string was sitting, especially because we've super saturated the string. It's absorbing into the paper. And this is dry. Okay, now I may completely just destroy a page here. I mean, look at all the fun. I just added so many new pages to my art journal. Okay, this is the one that I actually did with Dina Wakely when I got my art journal. There's a video coming with me talking about these art journal pages and what we did and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do one where I've got the paper and then I've got a canvas on the other side. I'm actually going to lay it onto the paper. So this is a fun way of trying this out on different materials. And then we have one other technique we're going to do. We're going to try it with a burlap, but we're going to go the other direction. So I'm going to use the same colors that are already down here. And I'm a blue-green girl. Oops. So I'm going to stick with a little bit of purple, blue, and green. There might be a hint of some other colors that are on there. So purple, blue, and some green. There's my green. I do find that I kind of like the mists better. It's a wetter color. It's a wetter amount. Yeah, you can pull. Just give me a minute. So I'm going around. I think I'm starting to make a little bit of mud. It's okay. I think I almost need to go with a new string. Okay, closing it up. Because I've added some colors, starting to make a little bit of brown. We're going to go straight, really straight. Yeah, I've definitely started making some mud here. It's okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh, that looks cool. Look at that. It's just like this hint of something right there. But I'm definitely starting to get some muddied colors. So before I do my next one, I think I'm going to start with a brand new string. I'm going to heat set this, clean up, and get a new piece of paper with starting some new colors. So that way I don't get so much more brown. But it is kind of cool. You can still see the hint of some of the colors. This is to show you, this is the string I'm using. This is a trim sage jute. I mean, it's just a jute twine. It's quite thin. You could go with a thicker one if you wanted to. And I'm cutting about a yard. So the amount that you actually pull is completely up to you. This time I'm going to turn my book the other direction, just to see what it looks like going the other way. And we're actually going to do two separate pulls. So the first I'm going to find one that's got, that's the cool thing about this book, there's so many layers. I'm going to still do it on the paper on this side, and then I'm going to have the burlap on the top. So I'm going to put this clip here, this clip down here, and we're going to do a double pull. Actually, I'm going to put this in the middle so don't screw this up. The first pull we're going to do is here. And we're going to do a first iteration. So I'm going to do a little purple. I'm going to go back to my purple, blue, and green. Those are my three favorite colors. Now, the thing about this is that this is a brand new string. So I'm really going to kind of get in here with my fingers and really super saturate this because I found that if it's not wet enough, it doesn't look very good. All right, take my string, go ahead and place it in here. Get in there. Oop, a little funny piece right there. Place it down. Oh, look at that. See, it didn't have as much saturation. It was very different because I didn't super saturate the paper. And there's just a small, tiny hint on the other side. So to me, it didn't have enough liquid on it to really do its job. All right, I'm going to move my clips the opposite directions now. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And I am going to, because this is not super saturated, really get in here, get this nice, yeah, lots of color on here. I was going for a double saturation, but it almost looks like it was just hit for the second time. It looks like a coiled up snake. All right, doing it again. Yeah, we're going on the other side, right?
It's a different pattern.
Every time you stick the string down, it's going to have a little bit of a different pattern. All right, pushing down. Maybe I didn't push enough. And pull this out. There's that one. Let's see what we got. Oh, there we go. So that looks a little different again. They're all so different. I will have to say on the burlap, it's not showing up as much. I mean, here you can kind of see it. It's not as pronounced, but it still looks kind of cool. I mean, it's something just a little bit different. Definitely a mucky project, but it is really cool. So take a chance, go through and do it. I mean, it is really fun. I love this concept. It definitely lends to doing something. I do want to do one more thing just for grins and giggles because I've got it going two directions. Let's have it go this way now. Just changing your paper up, going the other way. See what happens. Okay, so now I've got my string. Let's just get a bunch of, let's just do a lot of green on here now. Where's my green? Here's my green. I got so lots of blues with hints of green. Really green it up right now. You could pop in a whole new color. You get a whole new string at this point to do a really big contrast on this, but really get in here. This is why my fingers are mucky because I'm soaking my string, picking it up. So now I'm going to come in here, overlay this, lay it there, come in. You could even do this on a diagonal. So you could pull on the diagonal. That would be cool too. Pull this string. Oh, look at that. Isn't that fun? That's so cool. I love how it's that opposite. Okay, now I really want to do that diagonal now too. Adding in those colors. Before, when I did those first pulls, I had all the ink on there, all the paint on there, not just mists. So this is just pure mists that I'm playing with at this point. All I've done this time is I added a bunch of blue, soaking my string again. I'm going to start here and I'm going to pull in diagonal. String doesn't want to let go of my hand. Look at that. So now I've got another angle coming in. And you're starting to see a little more pronounced on this side. I mean, that looks really cool. I want to pull on this diagonal now and get it coming across. There we go. The purple's not showing as pronounced, but I think the greens and stuff. And then you could pull like one in the middle, but look how cool that is. It's just you keep adding layers and layers and layers. It looks like Squidville. But again, it's just plain. That's all we're doing. So thanks so much for stopping by. Pull out those mists, get that string out, get that art journal out, and just have fun. And the kids have a blast doing this too. This is so fun that it's so kid friendly that you could just give them, a book that even has lined paper, like when we first started with the first journal, and playing around with that. So thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe. I will list the links of how you can get your mists and, string and where the paints are that used, and then the art journal book that's from Dina Wakley, which is pretty darn cool, of where you can find those items. And I will see you guys again soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.